Welcome in, watchers and listeners, to Sport Talk with D-Walk. I'm D-Walk, and I got Casper on the show. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, and you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. With that being said, let's get this show on the road.
Oh, we're back for episode 61. And I've got Casper back here on the show with me this afternoon. We're going to talk about the Tennessee Volunteers football season. We're going to do a little preview of the show. Got a lot to talk about here this upcoming season. So with that being said, let's bring them on back. What's going on, Casper?
Hey, man, been a long hiatus. 2 weeks off. I'm going to talk this whole episode, so I hope everybody's ready. But it was a good show last week with Dan. I liked listening in, and I wish his Badgers nothing but complete and utter failure this year in college football. So I didn't know that was a thing up there. I didn't know they cared. But, Big Ten, SEC, I think we think they're irrelevant. They think we're irrelevant. It is what it is.
Yeah, it was a cool show last week with Dan. Had a great time with him on the show last week. But we'll jump into this week's show. So how was your weekend, Casper?
Man, it was pretty good. But see, I got 2 weekends. So last weekend, I actually got to go to the Braves game. That's why I couldn't jump on here with you. And Dan, I got a little something. I was going to show you that I got at the game there. Got me a little special jersey there. Yeah, Casper, baby. I got a red jersey. And the good news is I've had it for 1 week and a button popped off of it. So good job, Nike, on your quality uniforms. I wore it twice, and that popped off. But no, we went to the Sunday game last week. It was hot, dude, sitting out there in the outfield, smoking hot. It was tough, but had a good time with that. This weekend, went to an unnamed race facility here in East Tennessee. We're not going to use the name, but I will tell you this. They had 7 classes, and they finished qualifying at 10 o'clock, and they took a brief intermission, at which point the race cars returned to the racetrack at 11:27 p.m. to run 7 features. So probably never going back to that one again. If they need a race director or something, I'll try it once. I don't know that I'd be good at it, but I'll try it. But, you got to be done before 11:30 at a racetrack that's not accessible. Saturday, just kind of hung out up here, got ready for some baby stuff, drove down there late, and then had my sister's birthday. So happy late birthday to her. But, it wasn't too bad weekend. What about you?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty good for me. It's pretty chill. Friday night, watched some of the Braves. Braves game, a little bit of NASCAR there. So that was a little something just to kind of around the house hanging out. That was pretty nice just to kind of take it easy. Then Saturday, I was off work for the first time probably, 6 weeks or so. So I had a day off there, went fishing in the morning. Man, I had two good bites there, Casper. I had one big bite and then one little bump, but it was enough to kind of get me excited. But just that first one was good, but just didn't quite all come together. And the second one was more or less, it just saw the frog up there and just kind of popped at it. I got me a new frog, so I got a new white frog. So now I got two white frogs. So I've always learned it's good to have two stuff just in case you lose one or whatnot. So now I've got me another one, and I got one on the way tomorrow. So I got a green a frog coming tomorrow. So I got a green one on the way there. So Saturday morning went fishing, and then came home, I watched more NASCAR there at Indy, and then I watched some more with the Braves. So for me, it was a NASCAR / baseball watching weekend. So that's just, I had some plans to go to some tracks, and Friday night got rained out. I packed all my clothes there, Casper. I was going to meet you down in North Georgia, there in Chatsworth, Georgia. And it just didn't work out. When I saw the news about lunchtime, I was like, man, I was really looking forward to it. I really was. Yeah, I was packed up and ready to go, and I was going to get down there and get the tier parking and really have a good time. But it wasn't meant to be. I ain't been in the race this year, and I ain't been racing in a while. So I was trying to make that change and get down there and see a race. But hey, it didn't work out. So we'll try that again. We'll try to go back to the other one sometime soon. Sunday, mowed some grass here in Chattanooga. It was been hot and rainy the last little bit, so the grass has been growing. I got to cut mine probably tomorrow. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow afternoon. So I got that done. Watched some more NASCAR there at Indy on Sunday. It was I guess it wasn't a great race there, Casper. It was just very below mid. I guess I'll try to be positive and say it was mid, but couldn't pass. And Corey Haim, he's the next superstar. I guess he is right now. But that kid's a star. I don't love him honestly, but I guess when you win races, people like you. People don't like you. He got told he was number 1 going down the front straightaway there. He's going to pit road, and of course he said he kind of drove down there by him and gave him the finger. And I guess it's back in NASCAR. It kind of time it went away, and we've seen it the last couple of days. So that's hey, it happens, I guess, in that. But that was my weekend. It was pretty chill. Didn't really go anywhere, but I watched a lot on TV, and heck, that's kind of what I did.
Yeah. That Braves game Sunday afternoon was a good time too, man. Shoo. 5 infielders and got out of it. I didn't know. First of all, I don't remember the last time I saw 5 infielders. I was thinking maybe like back in the Lookouts. It's been a long time since I've seen that happen, but worked out. So yeah, I got to watch the Braves too actually this week, so that was good. But yeah.
I also got some fishing line. I got some new fishing line there. Got some Berkeley fishing line there. Went down to Academy. Picked that up Saturday. Got me a calendar. Here we go, Casper. This one's quick kind of for you. Got me a Menards. Gosh. Got me a Menards racing calendar. I actually got it last week. Didn't show it. And so I got to show this week on the show. I kind of missed last week on last week's show. Got that from Rod. So I want to say, if you tuned into the show there, Rod. Thank you for my calendar. It's I'll put it up somewhere down here, and it's got all the Menards drivers in there. Blaney's championship car in there. It's good. It's a good touch there. It's very good. It'll look good down here in the basement. So
yeah, you need to grow that stash out. See if you can. See if you can compete.
I might do a playoff stash. The little NASCAR playoff chase. Call it the chase stash, something like that.
There you go.
I don't know if Katie would like the stash. I might have to stay away from that one.
Well, it's not up to her. I mean, your face, your body, your choice.
That's right. All right. Thanks for being tuned in. Everybody like, share, and subscribe if you put on the YouTube channel, on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and we're on Facebook as well. We got that going strong there on the Facebook page. So go up there and find all the pictures and videos there on the Facebook page. So give us a follow there. All right, guys. So here we go. Let's jump on into some news of the week. This is not the best news here, but ESPN has laid off 8 or so employees from the football, baseball, and more. It's pretty tough there to see the news, which I feel like it comes out this time of year. It seems like they're budget cutting, and somebody's got to go, unfortunately. So it's not the news I want to pass along, but there's some names that won't be there anymore. But unfortunately, maybe they'll bounce back and they'll find somewhere else to go. Hopefully, on my end, that's what you want to see.
Well, you're a better person than me, but. Yeah, Ryan Clark got cut mid airing of the show because it got leaked somehow that he was getting fired. So he got up and walked off the set. That's pretty wild. Cam Newton, see you later. Bye. He'll have a podcast next week. Don't worry about him. He'll be fine. It's the rest of them that I am worried about. But hey, listen, you got to figure out some way to pay Pat McAfee, buddy. You gotta find that millions somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Times are changing, baby.
That's right. Times have changed. All right, here we go. The big news. LeBron James heads to the 76ers for a 2-year, $8 million contract there, Casper. The news I've been trying to guess for the last couple of weeks here on the show. He's taking his talents to Philly. So how is the change of him going to Philadelphia?
Well, I hate town of Philadelphia. They got Bryce Harper and LeBron James now. So just more reason to hate. A couple things, though, that stuck out to me is, one, why a 2-year deal? Like, we all know you should be done after this. 2, why Philadelphia? Like, what? They're not going to do nothing, right? And I'm sure that Dan's going to be like, no, they're going to be good because all my NBA buddies tell me that they're going to be good. They're not. Don't worry. They ain't even going to make it to the finals. So, I don't know. I guess he's going to go there. Like I said, I would have liked to seen the class go back to Cleveland, play 1 year, hang it up, be a classy individual, retire at home. But he ain't a classy individual. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, that's. I was definitely surprised when I saw that news there when it came out. So that's where he'll be, and we'll have to see how that all shakes out on that. All right, here we go. We got some fan mail right here on Sport Talk with D-Bot. Buddy Payne I talked to him last night. He is telling me that Tennessee will win all 12 games. They're going to go 12-0. Whew. So Casper, I mean that's a very strong statement, but he said it, and he's feeling good about Tennessee Volunteers.
So this is what I'll say about that. I'm glad to be a fan, and I'm glad to live in Knoxville, Tennessee, because it doesn't matter how the season is potentially looking. There's always going to be 50% of people in this town think we're going 12-0, and I like it, and I'm here for it, and it starts to get exciting, like whenever the World Cup stuff ends, everybody's like, all right, we can start talking about football now. This transfer stuff slows it down, so we don't talk about as much during the summer, I feel like, as we have in years past, but looking forward to it. Glad to be watching some games, and hey, I'm here for 12-0, baby. But let's make it more than 12 if we're going to do that. Let's not go 12-2. You know what I'm saying, big dog? So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But hey, I hope he's right. And if he is, I think you should buy him some ice cream because that'd be a great time.
Yeah, I should ask him, so if we get those wins is good, but can we get more? Can we get 14-0, 15-0, 16-0? How far can we really go? But I didn't ask those questions. But he told me that with a straight face on it, saying no, like he's being dead serious. That's what he's thinking, 12-0. So hey, you never know. That's why we play the games. We'll see what happens on that.
I hear you.
All right, here we go. Right here on the show, we're going to do a Tennessee Volunteers football preview for the 2026 football season. So we'll just jump into some of this. Last season, 8-5, 4-4 in conference play. As a fan, that's not what you want. That's you got to get more than 8. You got to find a way. So we made some changes. So we got 20 new players that came in through the transfer system. So that's a lot of new names and faces for us to learn where they're going to play, how they're going to play, if they're going to play. This year, there's no Georgia, there's no Florida. So that's the first time in maybe ever or a long time that those two teams are not on the schedule. As a fan, that's a little bit of a good sign. I feel like I like that.
No, it's not.
It's
not a good sign. No, don't say that. We want them. We want to beat them, baby. I want to go 12-0 and beat Georgia and Florida. Okay? No, we're not scared. We don't run. We fight. Period. Sorry, I correct you.
That's all good. All right, so we got some tough teams already on the schedule. So I guess my thought is that's 2 less teams we got to worry about. But at the same time, you want to be the best and you got to beat the best. So I definitely I understand what you come from there on that there, Casper. All right, so the quarterback competition got redshirt freshman George McIntyre, and you got freshman Faison Brandon. This has been a battle we've kind of seen throughout the spring and whatnot coming up. So I won't ask you for your pick there on the starter, but it's something that I'm keeping a close eye on. And what can Tennessee do to have which guy can be out there and start? That's going to be the best starter for us. It's kind of what I'm ultimately looking for. So that was a big thing on the offensive side. Defensive side, we got a new coach, Jim Knowles. He got hired from Penn State. He has brought some of his players from Penn State to Tennessee through the transfer portal. So that's really good there. So now we got the offense going, we got the defense changed. So now it's now we're going to see what it's going to look like this season. So Casper is going to take over some of the show here and talk about some of the things coming up here on the show. Go ahead, Casper.
Yeah, man, it's looking like a good year. The only other thing I was going to add to the offseason changes, we brought in this strength coach that everybody up here in Knoxville keeps talking about. Derek Owing, I think is his name, or Derek Owens. Derek Owings, that's the one. And he keeps coming in here, and he's just, supposedly bulking them up. They're all gaining 20, 30 pounds. If you don't want to work, you're getting out. That's why the whole Chaz Coleman thing happened. He's gone, all that over and done with. We're getting time to play football now. So looking forward to that. But I guess, D-Watt, my questions for you is kind of to start off before we go through here and just kind of pick some games is what defines success for Tennessee this season to you? What do they need to do to have a quote-unquote good year? We always talk about it at the end of the year. Did Georgia Tech have a good year last year? Or did Tennessee? But going into the season, what do you think is a good year for Tennessee?
I feel like you gotta be able to find 10 wins, and you gotta be able to pass the ball. I think passing is going to be very key this year for Tennessee. Get out there. You gotta be able to pass the ball well, pass, run, and you gotta be able to be tough. I feel like you gotta be able to stand strong. If you got to get pushed around, have some bad luck happen during the game, you got to be able to bounce back. I think that, for me, it's probably a big one is being able to bounce back, show some toughness, and get down the field and score touchdowns is very key as well.
Yeah, I like that. I guess for me, success this year is going to be enough wins to keep Josh Heupel around, to keep everybody happy. I mean, I know that's kind of a vague description, and we can get into wins and what we think we have to do here in a minute. I think at the end of this, we should ask, what does Josh Heupel have to do? But let's save that for the end after we go through these games here. But As far as your three keys for success, you just listed off there with being able to get all that done. I think the biggest key here right off the rip is going to be get a quarterback that can start. We talked about the battle. I don't know what your thoughts are on it. I guess I'm leaning more towards Faison probably. I think the schedule sets up well with two cupcakes right off the rip, so you can get somebody some time in there to get some game reps, be in some noise, but. I don't know. Like both of them, it's going to be big time shows. Going on the road to Georgia Tech there. So I know it's going to be loud down there, but it's probably going to be more orange. I didn't say that out loud, but I was thinking it. So, and then the second thing I think is to find a second back. Like I think Deshaun Bishop would be really good. It's just who's going to be the second back. We got the transfer from Tulane, and then it's like Carter. I can't remember his last name either. And then Dwayne Morris, who has showed signs last year of being able to be good. He did some kick returns and stuff like that last year, so I'm curious to see if they still leave him on that or pull him off that because he's going to have to maybe have a little bit more workload this year. But I really think the biggest key on offense is definitely going to be quarterback play. I think the line's going to be okay. The receivers, I mean, God, we're pretty loaded at receiver right now with all these guys that have ended up sticking around and coming back, saying they're going to transfer Denton last year and are there. So I think that's the thing, and I think you actually kind of hit what I was trying to get to too. For my third point is, I don't know that toughness is it. I think they have to get the team mentality together. I think Indiana last year, obviously they had a lot of talent on that team. Don't get it wrong, but they also played for each other, and I think in today's NIL world that matters for winning stuff like championships. Like I really do think that's kind of the key is can you keep these guys together, and I think that this new strength and conditioning coach and Josh Heupel, I think they're, definitely two coaches that can lead us that way. So, I guess that's my three. But anything else you want to add on that before we get into the schedule?
I guess quarterback wise, give me McIntyre. I think he's a redshirt freshman. He's been there. He kind of had his time in the past to kind of get all learn the system, which it changes throughout each year with different coaching changes and whatnot. But I feel like if I can see him kind of step up and show that he can lead the team. And I guess what I want to see is I don't want to see like him play some and they play the other. I want to see one quarterback out there and not be trying to change his guys around too much, which we'll see there with the first game of the year with Furman. Is who they're going to start and can they keep him in the game and let him get the vibe with all the other players instead of doing the whole switcheroo with he's playing on this because they're going to run the ball and this goal line quarterback and whatnot. So that's what I just don't want to see on my end.
So I agree with you. I think it's important to establish who the quarterback is going to be. I disagree with you on the selection there. I think Faison's answer. I think McIntyre's. I think his ceiling is too low, if that makes sense. I think that he's probably like right off the rip probably would be a better option. But I think if you look at long-term success throughout the season, I think they get Faison in there and be better. I think if you start looking down the road towards next year, Heupel mentioned at media days this week or last week, I guess now, time's flying. But talking about, definitely getting a returning starting quarterback. Like he hasn't had one yet, with Nico, Aguilar, Milton, Hooker. Like he's just had 1 year quarterback. So I think that's definitely key to future success, right? And this is a building year, but this needs to be a good year too. So I think you have to do whatever's best. Just guessing. I really don't know, but my guess is that they're going to go with Faison, just for the record. And I think that Heupel wants him to earn it. I will tell everybody this. I've been telling everybody this up here in Knoxville because everybody's like, "When's he going to announce your starting quarterback?" Y'all are going to know about Saturday, about an hour and a half before the game, knowing Josh Heupel. Like he might say something on Friday, but he is not going to give you a whole lot of talk. He's not going to give you a lot of depth. He would prefer to do the talking on the field. At least he says so. So I hope to see some. But I think that's the right attitude to have. Let him have a contest and see who's the leader of the team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a very good point there. Is see who can lead the team up and down that field. That's kind of what I want to see on that as well.
Yeah. But anyways, all right, we'll get in the schedule here. Kind of talk through these games, and we'll get you a win total at the end. I know there's one game in here we're just going to skip D-Watt's opinion on. He's got to hold that close to the chest. We've got to have that, later in the year when we get to the full season preview, but for everybody. But yeah, I don't know. So we open up with Furman, Cupcake, need to win by 40, like minimum. If we don't win by 40, I'm going to be worried, is what it is. And I actually do want to see both quarterbacks play in that game. But I want to have the starter kind of established, like this is the starter as a backup. Same thing against Kennesaw State. Kind of weird to start with 2 cupcakes. We've done those ACC, SEC first week, second week games, but go ahead and get two wins out of the way there to start it off. I think we can agree on that. So then we get to Georgia Tech, right? And this is the first true test. You talk about the quarterbacks going on the road. I mean, it doesn't matter which one it is. I think they're going to struggle in Atlanta a little bit. Big nerves, big time. Georgia Tech's already going to have played Colorado at that point, right? I know this is in the Georgia Tech preview episode, but y'all are going to have already had a spotlight for the week, and we're really not. So I think that's the first real test of the year. For me, I just think we should beat y'all. Sorry, it just is what it is on that one. But I think Tennessee should beat Georgia Tech. If they don't, it's going to be a long year. Okay, so you got to understand that. That's also part of this. If we lose to Georgia Tech, it is going to be a long year. So I'll pick that. You can save all yours for later. Right now, you can enter the conversation. After that, we host Texas, 12 o'clock, Game 4, SEC game number 1. You got to imagine this is going to be big time show, possibly game day in town, hopefully Peyton Manning on the stage, all that stuff we talked about. What do you think that game's going to look like, D-Watt?
I think it's going to be packed. The fans are going to be super into it. I think Texas is going to come out super hot and motivated and jumping all around. But I think Tennessee's going to come out and kind of punch them in the mouth. And I think they're going to come out and score some points early. I think they're going to get up on them a little bit there. And I think if Tennessee can get that game controlled, if they can control the clock, control the game, then I think they've got a really good chance to take care of them. I think Texas is going to come in there and they're going to get hit in the mouth, I think. And Tennessee's going to put it to them. And I give you a Tennessee win there against Texas.
Okay, well, I like it. I don't know. I think you pointed out something about this whole, like, coming out early. Like I said, we're going to play Georgia Tech. We got to win that game. Have to. Get to Texas. You can't look bad. You don't have to win this game, but you have to look good. You got to at least do something. I don't know. Sark has had some struggles early in the year in the past, but I don't know. I just don't see us beat Texas, to be honest with you. I just don't see that happening. Top tier program. So I'm gonna mark that one down as an L for sure. But I think it'll be a good game. I don't think it'll be a blowout. But Texas by 10 though probably is kind of my guess on that game. And that's just being realist. That brings us to the next game on this little stepping ladder that we have here. We have Auburn coming to town, which a lot of people are just like, oh, it's Auburn, they suck. Well, okay, I don't know if y'all remember or not, but they just went and got a coach, Alex Golish, the one that made our offense essentially. So he's gonna have our number dialed. And listen, Auburn hadn't played Tennessee. I don't remember the last time they played. It's been a while. It feels like it's been 4 or 5 years, probably 3. Yeah. But that's going to be a real test too. Again, at least it's here. I think that's a good thing. If we look okay against Texas and Auburn's doing what they're supposed to be doing, this could be another night game. And the storylines are pretty big on that one too, I think, in my opinion, with Golish coming in and what can he do? And it scares me. I hate to say it, but this is like my circled, like, we really have to win this game, but I don't feel good about it on the schedule. I feel like this is the one that I'm just like, I don't know that I would call it a trap game, but kind of a trap game, if that makes sense. Like, it's really more just like an upset. Like, you cannot lose this game because your year, again, is going to not go well after this, right? So you got to be able to beat Auburn or you start looking bad. But yeah, what's your thoughts on the Auburn game?
Yeah, so they're gonna, come to town. And they got the new coach, like you said. I don't feel like they're gonna match up that great against us. I just feel like we're gonna be a little bit better than they are. This is a new coach, new system for them. This is year 1, which these days you get players in quickly, and you don't have to deal with the whole, them being down and whatnot. But I feel like Tennessee is gonna take care of this. I said they win by 10 or more, and they're gonna start off the year strong. So far,
yeah, I agree. I think Tennessee gets the job done. But good game to watch. Probably a good battle. And this takes us to Arkansas, which at Arkansas again. I don't know if you remember the last time we went to Arkansas, but me and you were at Bristol. I don't know if you remember this or not, but I believe we were at Bristol and had to listen to this on the radio on the way home. The end of it, the great choke of 2023, I guess. I don't 24, whichever year it was, and. Yeah, I don't know. Arkansas, new coach. new team, less money. I don't know. I just not feeling Arkansas this year. That I think Josh Heupel will have the boys ready on the road trip and come out and get it done. You got any difference of opinion on that one?
Yeah, I mean, it's they're going to go up there and they'll be better coached than them. I feel like, and they can't go down there and just kind of get sleepy or kind of mess around. You got to make sure you go down there and take care of business. Don't go on the road and mess around. So I think it'll be fine. I think I give them a win there. I think they should win by again 10 or more points there.
All right, I'm with you. All right, and this leads us to the second biggest home game of the year. Not the biggest, in my opinion, this year. Alabama coming to town. The third Saturday in October, baby. We're all going to be ready to smoke some cigars. I'll let you go first on this one. What you thinking?
Okay, so Alabama's coming to town. We don't have the best of, I guess you call it luck. Within the last couple of years, we got one, beat them, in the past once here at home. But yeah, I'm going to say Alabama's going to come into town and take care of us. I think they're going to come in there and kind of put it to us a little bit. I think they're going to come out, be a little tougher there in that game, and I just feel like they got our number, and it's one that as a fan that you want to win it so bad, and I feel like we'll put all kind of thought into this game and kind of get a little too jacked up, and I think we're gonna make some mistakes throughout that game, and just they're gonna take care of us there, Casper.
Okay, well, I think you're right yet again. So I'll give me the loss against Alabama too. I just can't pick us to beat Alabama till we do it. It's one of those things where how I feel about it is Heupel's got to beat some of these teams if he wants us to believe in all the time. So hope he can, but I just don't see it happening. So that gets me to 2 losses for those of you keeping track here on the year. Go to South Carolina, October 24th. This will be this close to Halloween as we're playing because we're off Halloween. So I don't know. Probably a night game, more than likely. Again, probably SEC Network, 6:30. Depending exactly what South Carolina's doing to open up the year. I think I was looking at the preseason power rankings. I believe South Carolina's like 22nd. We're 16th. So should be a decent matchup. It's always a bar fight. That's what we say up here in Knoxville. It's a bar fight when you go to South Carolina. And you better bring everything you got. But be coming off a loss after Alabama. I mean, I feel like hopefully Heupel's got that bounce back in them, and they can come out and knock this one out. On the road, I think it'd be a tough game, but I think that we owe them one down there. Back to previous years. So I'm going to go ahead and give us the win in Gainesville. Yeah. No.
No, Columbia.
Where are they? Columbia. Wrong word. Sorry. There is a Gainesville, but sorry, wrong one. Anyways, yeah, in Columbia. So Gamecocks. That's why I get messed up. So give me the balls over the Gamecocks in South Carolina. What you think about that one?
Oh yeah. So they're going to get down there, and it's pretty loud place, hostile. You got a very strong fan base down there, and I think we're going to get down there and we're going to get caught up in it, and we're going to have some turnovers and whatnot early on. I think we're going to fall behind, and this is when seasons with injuries and whatnot. And I don't think we're going to make it out of there, Casper. I think we're going to get beat. I think it's going to be a close game, but it's not going to be enough. And we just had some bad luck down there for some reason in the past. And yeah, D Watt says they're going to take the loss there.
All valid points. Again, I think this is that if that happens, I think this is a turning point in Josh Heupel's career. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. These are the games that he has to start winning every time if he wants to stay around. So that takes it off week Halloween. I'll be up here having a party. My neighbors have a great Halloween party. I'll come on the podcast. I'll get to talk about how great it was, and maybe I can get some pictures for D Watt. But after that, we go have Kentucky come to town after the off week. I'll let you go first.
Okay, so Kentucky, dark mode. That would be the hope as a fan. Give me some dark mode. We've had their number here the last little bit. I think Kentucky's going to come to town, but we're going to take care of them. We took care of them last year up there at Kentucky. They're going to come to us this year, and I think we get up big on this one. We really take care of them this year.
Well, I like it too. I just don't. Kentucky's not the best. They've got a lot of questions in there. I think we'll beat Kentucky for sure. This is a quick question. I've been playing the CFB game, and I got to ask this because I can't beat Georgia Tech. Just for the record, I'm beating Tennessee. I'm playing on Heisman and all that stuff, and I cannot beat Georgia Tech on the road. which I know you haven't played the game, but playing on the road is hard in this game. Okay, like you can't see your plays, you can't call audibles, you have like it's tough. But what I want to know is, do y'all wear white at home all the time?
Yeah, that's just
So,
something we've always done for many
all right,
years.
I'm gonna go ahead and make my prediction. Tennessee goes dark mode on the road at Georgia Tech. Go ahead, mark it down. Tennessee goes dark mode on the road at Georgia Tech. Okay.
I like that. That'd be pretty sweet. It'd be
It's
real
either
sweet.
it's either going to be that or the orange helmet. Like that, it is going
Oh,
to be one of those. So we're going to have to do something different. If we have to go down there and wear orange, like we're going to do something different. So I don't know. Excited to see what Adidas has for us. I hope they got something special, for one of these games, blue or something different that we haven't done before. I'd like to see something different. But looking forward to that one, South Carolina, yeah. That one, Georgia Tech. Sorry, a lot of whack. But anyways, that takes to Texas A&M. Another tough road trip here for the Vols. I think Tennessee too against Kentucky will come out slow. Don't forget that. That off week, we're always terrible after an off week. That first half will be sloppy, but I think we'll get it together. At Texas A&M, another probably super underrated game on the schedule for us. Tough place to play. Again, this could be a primetime game depending on what they do, what we do. Definitely probably an ABC game at least. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know exactly how to feel about Texas A&M. I feel like they're going to be pretty good, but I'm gonna have to say it. I think the Vols lose at Texas A&M. I just don't see them getting it done. A&M's a good program, and again, Josh Heupel has not shown me that he can go on the road and win at these places. So give me Texas A&M and another L for the Vols.
okay, so you got them losing. That's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a tough game. Man, it's just, can you come in there? Can you pass? Can you run and get the crowd to calm down and play? And be quiet there. Then you can really step up and show us kind of how good that they are this year for Tennessee. But I want to say they're gonna go down there and they're gonna get the win down there. They're gonna go to A&M and they're gonna pull an upset possibly. I guess some would call it. I'm not sure. Because last year, they were a top team. So we'll see if A&M's going to be a top team again this year. So I'd be curious, but I feel like they're going to go down there and they're going to take care of them.
Yeah, obviously we're getting so late in the season, and a lot of it's going to depend kind of how it goes. But just kind of assuming that's I think a loss, you think a win. So I'm at three losses. And you're at two at this point in time. That's good. All right, and this brings us to the return of our chosen child, Lane Kiffin. Gonna come right on down Main Street up here and just walk right into Neyland Stadium. There's gonna be golf balls. There's gonna be mustard bottles. It's gonna be a crap show. He's probably gonna bring 14 Instagram models with him and 13 TikTok models, and it's gonna be a big time. This also, game day could be here for this one if we do good enough. Big time. November 11th, LSU, Lane Kiffin edition at Neyland Stadium. What you feeling like?
Oh, I think LSU is going to come in here and Lane's going to come in there and just take care of us. I think he's going to come in here, and I'd be curious how good they really are this year. But if by that point of the year they've got 8-9 wins, they're going to be hungry for some more. I think he's going to be hungry to prove a point to us and everybody around that he wants to beat Tennessee, and he's going to wants it bad. So I feel like he's going to come in there and take care of us on that one.
So I think that Lane is our daddy. I really do, and I think he loves to fool with the University of Tennessee. But I think we're coming off that Texas A&M loss, and I think Lane's coming to town. I think Josh Heupel is going to have the boys geared up, and I think that it's going to be him. Essentially, at that point, if you go off of what I've got, like he's pretty much playing for his job at that point, in my opinion. So I think that Josh Heupel is going to get the boys up, and he's going to get the win, and we're going to send Lane packing back down to the Bayou, and send him on down the road. I don't know, but over under on mustard bottles. What you think?
Oh, I want to say
over
give
under
me
is 1.5. You think it's gonna be over or under?
Over.
Okay.
Oh, sure.
Over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it to me, man. Throw them out there, Adam.
All right. And 15-yard penalties in that game is definitely over 5 for sure. So the personal fouls are gonna get ugly at that one. I don't see that not happening because Lane can't control his players, never has, and we hate him. So and beer cans on the field is gonna be probably over 300 or 400, unfortunately. I'm hoping for a night game in that one because I want to hear Lane complain about having to play it on, at night on the road in Neyland, and that'll be one of those. If it's a night game, Heupel's going to be out there telling the crowd to be well hydrated, just so you know. So, be cold, it'll be a good time, and it's fun to play him when it matters too. Like it doesn't matter how our season goes. Maybe we have the chance to ruin theirs. So looking forward to that one for sure. That might be my biggest game that I'm like looking forward to this year, actually, just because I think it's always fun when Lane comes to town. So, wrap it up at Vanderbilt. Big news: Pavia got waived. Apparently, he's talking about suing again. I don't think you can. You've been drafted. I don't think you can play another year, but who knows what happens. What do you think Vanderbilt has for us there to finish up the year, D-Watt?
Oh, I'd be curious if they can bounce back this year. Be good again like last year. They're a team that are definitely getting better, and we got to go to Vanderbilt. They beat us this past year at home. Now we got to go to their house. Give me Vanderbilt to get the win. They'll be at home, and they're gonna take care of Tennessee, and they're gonna be loving every second of it.
That's tough, man. I just don't see that happening. I'm sorry. I think that we do run this state. I know Pavia had his year, caught us at a bad time after that Oklahoma loss. I feel like we fell apart as a team after that. Had some attitude issues. Had some guys not wanting to show up and play. Obviously, all this stuff now does matter, right? With NIL deals and guys looking to transfer and all this crap going on. How you do up to this point kind of determines if you're ready to play or not when you get this late in the season. But I think we go in there to that nice new stadium. Hopefully it's finished this year, and we're not looking at excavators in the end zone. It'll be full orange, and we're going to beat them. And I think it's going to be BTA. I think it's going to be the belt. I think we're going to get the belt out and lay it to them. So that's my prediction there. So I guess that ends me with 3 losses. And you with
3
4?
losses, 8-4.
Man, and you hadn't even talked about Georgia Tech yet. Woo, baby, I don't know. So I guess, with that being said, so with the schedule that you picked there, do you feel like Josh Heupel's still going to have a job after that?
I would say with that record, no. I said you got to get at least 10 to 11. You got to be in the playoffs, and this is a very crucial year for Josh Heupel. And 8 wins, that ain't going to get you. That ain't going to keep you around another year, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if he does that, I think 2 losses too to finish the year would just not be a good look for him at all. But I don't know. I feel like if he loses 3, he'll be okay. I think that'll put us right on the edge of the playoff again. We're going to be there again. That's the overall expectation, right? Is to be right on the edge of the playoff deal. And I don't know, man. I looked today for the futures. We don't have a win total available on DraftKings or anything like that, but they did have a conference win total, which was 4.5. So that had me being there, you not. So we'll see what happens on that. And I think that Heupel has to. I think he has to do what I did at a minimum. Really, for everybody to be like, okay, this is our coach. I don't think he get fired at that, but I think I really think 10 would really lock him up for a while. Which I know he's on contract, but contracts, that's just money. All right, we can burn it. So we'll see what happens there. All right, so we went through all that. That leads us to a couple questions. So going through it, D-Watt, what do you think is the toughest game of the year for the Vols?
Oh man, I think I'll give you 2 here. I'll give me Alabama. That's gonna be a tough game. LSU. I think that the game against their Lane when they come to town is gonna be tough. But those are my 2 there: Alabama and LSU.
Okay, so I'm gonna go a little different here. I'm gonna go with Georgia Tech, number 1. I just think going on the road, gonna have pretty much a rookie freshman, don't know what they're doing quarterback on the road. Early, gonna have to get it done, or the season's kind of screwed. So I actually think that's a pretty important game for us and a very tough one. And then my second one is going to be Auburn. Same thing yet again. You have this coach coming in, very probably coming off a loss to Texas. So, you're going to have to make that one count. And if they got your number dialed from the other sideline, that does not help. So looking forward to those games. But I do think that is the toughest 2 on the schedule, actually. And I think a lot of people would be surprised by that. I think a lot of people would be more on the Alabama and Texas. It's not even tough. We're just going to lose. So it is on that one. But what do you think the biggest game of the year is going to be for the Vols?
I think Texas. I think that's a really big game. It's early on. It's got it's going to be one to definitely watch and really see how we're looking early on in the year. If we come out there looking hot and strong, then it's a sign for a good future of the season. When if it doesn't go good, then it's like you don't want to be dropping one to Tech. Then you drop one to Texas. Then you got Auburn, and you got Arkansas. So that's a very key game for the next 4 or 5 games coming up. Is that one goes well, then it could be a good year.
Okay, I'm gonna look at this from the Josh Heupel perspective. I actually think LSU is the toughest game of the year because it doesn't matter what you've done. If you lose to LSU and then you turn around, like say you lose to A&M, then you lose to LSU, and then you lose to Vanderbilt, Josh Heupel doesn't have a job. I think for the future, I think that that could potentially be the biggest game of his career. Will be that face off against Lane Train. If you beat Lane Train, we don't have Florida, we don't have Georgia, but if you beat Lane, it'll buy you a little bit of favor. You know what I'm saying? So I think for the future, that's why I'm gonna call that the biggest. Your biggest upset, I guess, your biggest upset there is Texas, right? I mean, like if you feel like they can get that win, I feel like that's big time. So I don't know. I don't really know that I have us getting any upset wins because I hadn't seen Josh Heupel do it. I guess you would say LSU probably. There's a good chance to be ranked higher than us when we play them. But again, we don't know what they're going to have either. All these transfers, we really don't know what anybody's going to have. It's kind of weird. Like we went through this whole exercise, but just like who's going to have what, right? So I don't know. I guess can we beat the big teams or not?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like in the past, we've gotten beat by Florida. We haven't beat by Georgia. We've Alabama. All these teams that as a fan, I want to see Tennessee beat the big teams. I don't want to lose 4 games and they all be 4 big teams. I want to I want to watch my team win on Saturdays and let them be against the big teams. Then you take care of your small teams. Then that's a perfect year if you beat the teams that you should be beating, and then add on the ones that are tough to beat. And that's what you want to see.
Got it. And that leads us to the biggest question of them all. Can the Volunteers make the playoffs 26-27 run? What you think? I guess you're thinking no, huh?
I'm going to say the Tennessee Volunteers will not be in the playoffs this coming football season. They're just going to be on the edge. And based off my record, it won't even really be close. So I'm going to say they're going to miss again of the college football playoffs.
Okay. I think that with how I see this going as we went through the games live, which was fun, I think that win over LSU potentially could be enough to bump us up. What I do like about our schedule is I see a loss right here against Texas early. I think early losses don't count as much against you. That's something we struggled with in the past. With you're always taking that late loss. Just like when you're on the bubble, those late losses hurt. Obviously, I have us losing at Texas A&M, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe you luck out and get in. So I'm gonna say that we sneak in there barely as we got 16 this year. So put me in right there at the end, and we can slide in, baby. I believe.
Because if you get in, you just never know. You just don't want to go somewhere, and kind of what happened in the past. There, you don't want to go somewhere and get blown out of the water. That's not what we want to see. Like kind of like what you saw in person there at against the Buckeyes.
Oh, don't talk about that. Come on, dog. That's a cheap shot. It was cold too. I'm taking this hat off. Painful memories. But yeah, what else? You got anything else on Tennessee season, or is that about get you through it?
Some of the home field advantage over Tennessee from a fan's point of view, from the tailgating to the game to the noise. What is the best part of being a Tennessee fan, Casper?
The best part of being a Tennessee fan is none of that. It's this color right here. Actually, it's fun. Everybody hates it. It's obnoxious. I think the color is my favorite part of being a Tennessee fan. People are like, God, I hate that color. I hate it so much. Between that and Rocky Top, those are my number two things about being a Tennessee fan that are fun. So yeah, I don't know, but I mean, tailgate's always a good time. But you can do that everywhere. We do it different here though. But they don't do Rocky Top anywhere else, and they don't wear this ugly color orange either. So
I got one. So I asked today in this question, what is your favorite tailgate food at a football game?
Oh yeah, me. Shoo. He said a brat, which is very Homer answer from somebody from Wisconsin. I don't know that I have a favorite, man. Like I like to mix it up. If you put me on the spot, I'll go Conecuh, I guess. Conecuh sausage, which is made in Alabama, is what it is. That's kind of my go-to. Like throw it on the grill, hang out, have a good time. But I mean, if we were playing Florida, I'd say smoke gator, but we don't have them on schedule this year, so we'll see. It's not legal to eat dog yet, so if I could do a bulldog, that'd be fine too. But we're not there yet, so I'll go with Kaneka for my favorite. I have it every time I cook out for a tailgate, right? Everyone, it doesn't matter what I'm making, I have some Kaneka on there, so I'll go with that.
It's always really good. I guess mine would be, when it comes to tailgate, I'm good with just a hamburger and a hot dog. That's kind of what I like to go with at a football game. Throw it on the grill there, whether it's pit balls or a charcoal or it's all kind of different options that we have to use. So Blackstone, we got all kind of different options that we take to these games and events we go to there, Casper. But I guess mine would be the hamburger and the hot dog there for me on that.
Fair enough. My last question is, what do you think Adidas is going to pull out for something different? Do you think they're going to do the Summit Blue? Do you think it's going to be something completely off the wall? What do you think they're going to pull out for something different? Is it going to be a helmet? What do you think?
I think it'll be, give me some kind of like camo jersey I think it'd be some kind of camo jersey. I'd like to see some kind of stripes or something on the uniform, but we haven't seen it yet. But give me some kind of camo jersey, a little something different there.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like they got to pull something out somewhere. I'll tell you, the one I want to see is I want to see the metallic orange helmet make an appearance somewhere. Not just flat orange. Just give me that chrome dome orange, baby. That's what I want to see. So hopefully we'll pull it out somewhere. I'm not really all about the Summit Blue. Like my Carolina blue stays with Carolina. Like we're not the Titans, we're not the Tar Heels. So let's just leave that with the Lady Ball. That's their thing. So that's what I'd like to see. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like we're going to have to see something, right?
Yeah, something's got to give on some uniform. I like, as a fan, I like to see the different type of uniforms and the change of something different. It's just, I feel like it gets the fan base into it and keeps us into it. So I love all different options there for the kind of for what they're wearing. You got anything else there, Casper?
Not on football. Just kind of wrap it up. Maybe want to talk about the Braves just a little bit.
Yeah. Which they had a great week. So that lead is starting to grow back to their side a little bit. Was it at 6.5 or 6 games, something like that?
Yeah,
so it's really starting to pick back up there. I watched some of that game last night. It was the Phillies and the Yankees. So I watched some of that, and so the kind of trying to keep an eye on the Phillies to kind of see what they're going to do. But just for the Braves wise, it was good to see some names hitting the ball well and getting on base and scoring runs. It's kind of what I want to see as a fan there. So that was I thought it was a good week for the Braves. I probably give that for the week score. I'd probably give them a good B+ for the week. Went on the road and played well. So that's what you want to see there.
Yeah, I felt like I felt like this weekend series against Baltimore was good. I know we lost Saturday on the walk-off. That was tough. Really bad game there at shortstop for the hair dude. My gosh, we gotta get him some Jarvis. We gotta get him some Clippers, brother. I'm not about the hair, but I don't know if you saw his 2 errors there Saturday, but me and Dad were like screaming at the TV. I mean, he probably should have got a third one, but he had a rough game. Then Ozzie had the rough one there Sunday, I guess. He kind of just didn't get his glove down. Looked like some minor league baseball stuff. But what I liked is they did all that. They still got the series win. Got real tough there. Like I said, they had the bases loaded, no outs in the bottom of the 10th inning, and got out of it. Got a little luck with Olsen catching that liner and being able to tag Alonso out on the tie. If that would have got called safe on the field, it would have stayed safe. But big-time baseball moves and getting it done. Acuna's coming back tonight. I'll be tuned into that here in about an hour or something at the Mets. So we'll see what we can do up there. Mets suck, so hopefully we get something done there. I should have said that out loud, knocking on wood. But hopefully we get something done. And I guess my other highlight for the Braves is, did you see the lineup for the Stripers last week? Brother, my gosh, you had Sean Murphy, Ha-Seong Kim, Ronald Acuna, what's that? The old dude, Andrew McCutchen, and like you had an MLB roster out there for the Stripers this weekend. So that was kind of funny to see that. But glad to see Ronald getting back. Hopefully he stays healthy. So see what happens here at the deadline. Maybe go after one more pitcher for the bullpen. And, we're getting there.
Yeah, is it next week for the deadline, for the trade deadline?
I believe so. It's next week. So, but yeah, keep the Phillies back there. We got a big series coming up against them here in about a month, I guess. So have played them twice. We got to get that done. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I'm glad to see that lead going the right way instead of the wrong way for sure.
That's right. It's definitely good to see it growing. So it's always good to see. So what are your plans with no NASCAR coming up on Sunday? What, as a fan of the sport, what do you do on that one-off week a year?
Man, if you really want to know, the truth is I sit around and wish there was a race most of the time. I'm assuming there's going to be a truck race or no rally race. I haven't even looked at NASCAR's website. I didn't really watch Indy this weekend. I was busy. Indy's a trash race, has been for a long time, for being honest. I hate to say that, but it is. They need to keep racing there, but they need to fix the cars. So I'll be wishing there was some NASCAR going on, and I'll probably find something to watch. Something's gonna be making a left turn or a left then a right. At the dirt track because we turn right to go left. But I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to it. What about you?
Oh yeah, I just kind of just take a week off from it, kind of take a break from all that goes on each week at the track, from all this he said and he did this and this is all. It's always something that goes on there at the track, so it kind of gives me a little week off from all the on track drama. It seems like it takes place every week, but that's part of the sport and it's part of what is why it's so great, I think. But yeah, I'll watch some baseball. I'll kind of keep up with some dirt racing. Got that going on up north there. So with the Outlaws. So I'll keep an eye on that. But that's kind of what I do on my off weeks from racing. And then we will move into some of the picks of last week. I'll help save some time. And D-Watt got the win. So it was 21-18 D-Watt. So we all came down to a tiebreaker and came down to that game last night between the Yankees and the Phillies. I had 7+ and you had 6 or less. So it was more than 7. So D-Bot get the win there. And then we'll go into this week's picks. I'll let Casper go first.
Give me the Phillies over the Marlins on Wednesday night. The Cubs over the Yankees Friday night. Big time game there. 2:20 Friday afternoon there at Wrigley. So another daytime game at Wrigley. But give me the Cubs to get the win over the Yanks. And then I'll wrap it up with the Dodgers over the Red Sox. Sunday night baseball, NBC. That's probably what I'll be watching Sunday night more than likely. So yeah.
All right. And then I'll take the Mets at the Braves. Give me the Braves to get the win there Tuesday night against the Mets. Nationals at the Braves on Saturday. Give me the Braves to get the win there. And then the Lookouts at the Barons on Thursday night. So I'll take the Barons to get the win down there in Birmingham on that. NASCAR is off, so there won't be any NASCAR picks there. Got one last thought there, Casper?
Looking forward to football, man. I'm ready for it to get going. Really been enjoying the CFB 27, and if that unnamed racetrack needs a race director, give me a call. I'm not hard to find.
There we go. I guess mine would be, we got more of these shows coming up with the Titans, with Kaysen's going to come on the show here in the next couple of weeks, do a little Titans preview, kind of see what he wants to talk about and some of the thoughts of the Titans fan as that starts up very soon. So we got some more football preview with Tech. We're going to I'll get that on here on the show. We'll talk a little Georgia Tech preview. We'll go through each game just like we did here at Tennessee. And I enjoy doing these game previews for each game. And the college football preview shows are always really cool. It's kind of cool to hear everybody's different thoughts and opinions on that. So that's my one last thought there. All right, I'm going to close it down. Thanks for being tuned in. Everybody, like, share, and subscribe if you would on the YouTube. And find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And we're on Facebook and Instagram. You give us a follow there. Follow us on the Facebook for all your reels, pictures, and news and whatnot. Thanks for coming on, Casper.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's a great time. Love being on here. Looking forward to doing some more football, baby. It's that time.
Oh, yeah. If you got any family, you can put it in the comments below there on Spotify or YouTube. And with that being said, we'll say hammer down and see you in the next one.
Later.